Hi guys, this is Dr. John back, this time with a musical song from one of the Bollywood movies, and it's from a movie called Anjaam. I like it because a long time ago when I was traveling, somebody gave me a tape of a lot of uh, songs from Bollywood musicals around the late 80s, early 90s, maybe up to 2000, and I think this one is from 1994, Anjaam, and I always liked this song a lot. It's apparently the first time that Sharukh Khan and Madhuri Dixit got together in a movie, and the chemistry is obvious. The movie itself seems to be a bit of a farrago with um, Shahrukh Khan as a rich industrialist who falls in love with Madhuri, who is hostess on Air India, and she's slated to marry somebody else and is not interested in Shahrukh Khan. The film after that is really about him trying to do everything he can to to get Madhuri Dixit by hook or by crook. He basically kills her husband and also, at least maybe it's accidentally, but he also kills members of her family, and then she goes to prison. And when she comes out, she swears revenge against him, and finally they're in a clifftop scene together, and they both die together when Madhuri is happy to die herself rather than let Shah Rukh Khan off the hook. So they both plunge to their deaths over the cliffs. It's a bit of a farrago, and it wasn't very popular, really. I'm not sure how it did at the box office. I think kind of average, probably, but the critics panned it, and yeah, it's a farrago. It's one of those stories where you really have to suspend belief. But this scene is from the early part of the movie. Madhuri is getting married, and um, she's so happy. Her husband is he's so proud, and going around being congratulated by everybody. And there is Shahrukh Khan in the distance, a Mephistophelian figure, drinking and obviously extremely unhappy, miserable because Dory Dixit is getting away from him. And you can understand that anybody uh, falling in love with her in this scene. So let's bring it up, see what we think. Well, there we have it. The wedding scene from Anjaam with Madhuri Dixit and Sharukh Khan. Um, yeah, for someone like me who's interested in India, or as India, someone for whom India has meant so much in terms of its philosophy, its meditational practices, its gift of mindfulness, this fills in another kind of dimension. Obviously, this is contemporary India, and we're not talking about 2,000-3,000 years ago, but yeah, it's still interesting to to understand the culture. You really have to see all aspects of it, and this gives another perspective. This joyous wedding scene, to me, it's like a tableau. There is a picture of all the major characters here. There's Madhuri Dixit enjoying her wedding day, and there's the proud husband to be being congratulated by everybody, and then there's Sharukh Khan, the miserable would-be suitor who is out in the cold and he's drinking, and one can understand why he feels so bad at not having Madhuri Dixit as his wife, because this is she's beautiful here, and full of joy, and anybody who's full of joy is always beautiful. The rest of the group is obviously congratulating the two of them, and everybody's having a wonderful time. It's full of music, it's full of colour, and it's full of dancing. And Madhuri Dixit is so great as a dancer. She's going to astound everybody with her dancing right through her whole career. I know that the actors don't actually sing in Bollywood movies, but it's still a great score, and a wonderful wedding feast score. Wonderful music for a wedding feast, and like I say, it really puts all the different characters into relief, and the fact that we know their stories and what's happening makes the scene and the music more interesting. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks a lot.